and welcome to today's episode of the Beauty Industry Podcast, your online support community for the professional beauty industry, connecting you with educational pieces, innovative industry products, and inspiration from industry experts. I am your host, founding director of Beauty Industry, Tamara Shaw. Today we are speaking with Alarna Bell, the director of Kolorz and Klawz, which is a Melbourne-based makeup company, who includes the likes of Miss Universe Australia, TV Week Logies, and The Real Housewives of Melbourne as just some of the fabulous projects that Alarna and her team have worked on. Alarna has recently flown home from New York, where she spent time creating and perfecting runway looks for some of the newest and most well-known designers across the globe. The beauty industry is forever expanding, and the cosmetic and makeup area is one which has been booming this year and will continue to do so in the coming years. Speaking about her experience as an international makeup artist from Kolorz and Klawz, we welcome Alarna Bell.
Hi Tamara, how are you?
I'm good. How are you?
Really good, thank you. Not too jet lagged, so that's great.
Yeah, it's a little bit of a transition coming all that way home, isn't it?
Yeah, certainly is a long way, that's for sure.
So talking about your career there, you've highlighted some pretty impressive projects that you've worked on.
Yeah.
A flashback to little Alarna, was that makeup something you always wanted to pursue as a career?
Well, I'm actually a qualified beauty therapist, so that it was definitely the beauty industry that I loved. However, makeup for me is sort of the area that I steered towards, simply because I just love making people feel beautiful, and that's the whole reason that I do love makeup and I do keep doing what I do. People have asked me, am I creative? Is it the creative side? And I can't even draw. So it's certainly not that side of it. It's definitely about making people feel beautiful, feel confident. And, when we feel beautiful, we're more likely to have longer conversations, be more present, and have more confidence in everyday life. So it's definitely about that. As an example, on the weekend, I did a wedding. I flew back in, I did a wedding, and there was an 85-year-old grandmother of the bride there. And the bride said to me, just put a little bit of makeup on Nana. And, she was watching it all happen. And I said to her, I said, would you like some lashes on? And I could see she was like, yes, she was excited. And, I did a full face for her, and she absolutely loved it. And it doesn't matter if you're 85 or you're 8, you want to feel pretty and you want to feel beautiful. And that was a great reminder for me, coming back from such a big event like New York Fashion Week, to just remind me why I do this. It was wonderful. Yeah.
Yeah, that's pretty amazing.
Yeah.
You for New York and New York Fashion Week, how did you get there, and what is that experience like? You're not just a beauty therapist and then you're at New York Fashion Week. Where did your career kind of catapult you to that level?
Yeah, I know it looks, so exciting, and, and all those sorts of things. But I've actually been doing it for, over 20 years now. And I through my work with Miss Universe, there's sponsors that sponsor that, and they actually sponsor the runway event that I was working on. So through my contacts with them, I was given the opportunity to go over there and to work for them on the runway. It was absolutely incredible. And if you'd have asked me a few years ago, if I would ever get to do that, because it was actually my dream. That was my number one goal, to work on New York Fashion Week. So
tick.
Yeah, I know, tick. And I just was looking around going, wow. And I also got the opportunity not to just do the makeup, but to be chosen as there was only 3 makeup artists chosen to be on the actual runway, the backstage as they're walking on.
Wow.
And to touch up. So that's a whole nother level of an experience that I'll absolutely never forget.
Yeah, amazing. And so you mentioned there your partnership with Miss Universe Australia. We actually had Olivia Molly Rogers just on the podcast a couple of
Wow,
weeks ago.
she's
So
amazing. She's a great friend of mine too.
yeah,
Yes.
it's funny how small, and as you were saying, there's kind of contact. So once you meet somebody, it just
Yes.
kind of flows throughout. So Alana, you are well known for your partnership with Miss Universe Australia. Tell us how that partnership came about.
So I was asked to be on the Miss Universe Australia makeup team, and I worked on that for a number of years. And then some new directors took over the organisation here in Australia, and I built relationships with many people in Miss Universe, and I was recommended by Monica Radulovic, who was the current Miss Australia at the time, to the new directors. And then we had a conversation, we got to know each other, and so they gave me the position of director of makeup for Miss Universe Australia. I then became a national judge as well, because I work so closely with the girls, and I think they value my opinion because I do know them so well. And and so I travel with them. We go to Bali. I travel around the country and set up makeup teams in all the different states. And then obviously for the national final that's held in Melbourne at the Sofitel. So it's been an amazing experience for me. I never could have imagined that I would be so lucky to have that position, and just being able to see the world and meet some amazing people that have become my friends, like Olivia Molly Rogers, for sure.
Yeah, incredible. And so when you were originally doing the makeup for Miss Universe Australia, I guess because there's so many other photo shoots and bits and pieces that go along with the Miss Universe Australia kind of title, that you were able to really see the girls in their kind of, I'm going to say, natural day-to-day, they weren't on the stage having to say the most perfect words. So that gave you a really good insight into then the judging.
Yeah, absolutely. And with the new directors now, they have a program that has the girls interacting more. Once upon a time, the girls would turn up on the national final night and basically meet on the stage, and so now we take them all to Bali, and there's lots of workshops and different things that we do over there, and the girls all get to know each other. I get to know them, as do the directors, and it's just an amazing experience for everybody, and definitely gives you a better gauge of what you're looking for in Miss Australia. So yeah, it's not just about makeup now for me. It's definitely, such a bigger thing for sure.
Amazing. And so we've talked about New York and Miss Australia, and you're the director of your own business. Is there ever a typical day in the life of a makeup artist?
Oh, absolutely not. And I guess that, not for me anyway. I guess it comes down to what sort of makeup artist are you. There's definitely a new wave of makeup artists coming through that the world's noticed, which is YouTube makeup artists. I'm sure that their experience is very different to mine. I take my hat off to them. I think they're amazing with all their editing skills and all those sorts of things. I certainly can't do that. However, that's, and coming up with different looks constantly that they have to keep, at the forefront of what they're doing. That's a very different type of makeup artist to what I do. Whereas I'm sort of more of an all-rounder. A typical day, there isn't one. And to be able to be a makeup artist full-time is something that I don't think people really understand. Most people go out on a Saturday, or they get married on a Saturday. So it's generally weekend work. So what are you going to do Monday, Tuesday, Wednesday, Thursday? So you've got to be versatile. For me, I teach makeup as well, photo shoots, different things like that, to be able to fill your time, to be able to do what you love every day, rather than just keep it to the weekend when events and things like that are on. Yesterday I got a phone call from a professional wrestler in America that's coming over that needs my services.
Wow.
I've got, weddings, people that are going to photo shoots, all sorts of different things. And I think for me, I love that variety, that I can, I never know what's around the corner. Like, what am I going to do next? Yeah, it's a great, I love my job. I just absolutely love my job.
And so you were talking there when you kind of began your career as a makeup artist. Now the makeup world looks very different thanks to the kind of the YouTubers and the Instagram makeup artists. And I feel
Absolutely.
like the trend of makeup is just booming and it's forever, keep on going thanks to, your Kylie Jenners and things like that who are just making all of these makeup lines.
Yes.
Have you ever felt pressured to kind of, jump on YouTube and do that when that kind of wave came through because everyone else was doing it?
I think, honestly, I didn't. I've never, people have said to me, why don't you do YouTube? Why don't you do, I'm so busy doing out on the ground, what I'm doing for other people, that people probably don't want to see me just doing my face over and over again. I'm better off doing your face.
And Alarna, I guess that's a great way to be in that when that kind of YouTube movement came about, that you didn't feel shaken by it and that you didn't feel the pressure to kind of join and, do all of these different looks. You felt quite confident in your own makeup artistry and where you stood as an artist. Is there any advice you could give people who are wanting to follow makeup as a career?
Yeah, definitely. And I'm lucky enough to be able to help and mentor a lot of young girls coming up through as a teacher. But there's one thing that I think that people really need to think about when they're deciding to become a makeup artist is, with hairdressing and other beauty services, you have repeat customers. So someone that gets their hair cut, they need it done again in 4 to 8 weeks. They need a hair color and they're coming back. With makeup artistry, repeat customers is very, very minimal. You do a wedding party, they're not coming back. Well, you hope they don't anyway. And if you ask around, your friends and family and did a little bit of a survey, how often do you get your makeup done? You will get some people that regularly do, but for the most part, most people maybe get it done once to twice a year, if that. Some people don't at all. So you've got to keep that in mind, that to be able to do this as a career, you've got to have a lot of reach. You've got to be able to travel, if that's to get that clientele, and to be really, really versatile. So I think that's something that I always try and instill in my students is you don't get that repeat customer. So it's great to have something else, like with me, beauty therapy, or have hairdressing as well in those early years. And then, once you've built a name and a reputation for yourself, it will take off and those things will come. But it's certainly not about doing a makeup course and then popping up an Instagram page and, all of a sudden you're making lots of money. It's, you've got to keep it real and think about that perspective, because it's something that I don't think many people really think about.
Yeah, yep, you're 100% right. The amount of kind of Instagram makeup people that are out there now is just crazy, isn't it?
Yeah, it is. But you know what? You've got to do that too, where it's a visual business that we're in. Get your pictures out there, and that's how you will get customers. But don't give up. Just keep practicing and take criticism. If someone's giving you some feedback, listen to it, and just keep practicing. You've got a face you can practice every day.
Yeah, I love that. That's really good advice. Do you follow any makeup trends, and if so, what are some of your favorites?
I think that do you know what's really funny? I've actually never watched one YouTube tutorial on makeup in my life. I know. The only thing I have watched is, something like if there's a technique that I'm not sure about, especially with special effects makeup, when I'm doing that, I'm really not sure how to get that. However, with trends, I think that there's some things like, cut crease and things like that. There's definitely some trends that I do like, or you get, maybe not so much that I do like, but you definitely see, a wave of people asking for those sorts of things. At the end of the day, if you can make someone just look fresh and natural with what they've got, that's the best makeup to do, rather than to change someone completely. Is definitely take what they've got and make the most out of that. So that's what I like to do.
Kind of like your skin but better.
Yes. for sure.
What's something that your clients ask you the most for? Is it that just kind of natural but a little bit of sparkle, or
No,
is it,
definitely not. No, it's definitely people want, to contour me, contour me. Yeah, they want to be contoured, and eyebrows is certainly something that's very important. And it's hard for makeup artists because we meet people with no makeup on generally, so we don't know. So another piece of advice which is really, really good to when you're becoming a makeup artist is, I always say, can I see your Facebook profile picture?
Oh, that's a good one.
Yeah, because then that's how they think we generally put a favorite photo of ourselves, and that's generally, they think they look good in that photo, or that's the best, so that's a gauge of where to go for. So, but most people are wanting contouring and, a heavier look. If they want something really natural and soft, often they can do that for themselves if it's very, very light. And then they'll come to a makeup artist to do something that's maybe a little bit trickier for them to do at home.
Yeah, amazing. And you were talking there before about how you are now teaching makeup. Where are you doing that?
So I do personal classes, so you can book in with me myself, and I can either come to you or you can come to my studio. However, I do teach qualifications at Federation Training in Traralgon. So I've been doing that for a number of years. I've managed to find the time a couple of days a week to go and do that, and I absolutely love it. I love teaching. So, yeah, so you can have either just a skills course where you want me to teach you just how to do makeup for yourself, or upskill if you are a makeup artist, or I can teach at Federation Training courses to become a makeup artist.
Yeah, amazing. I might need to book in with you to teach me how to do something about the eyes. Do, you would hate it. All I do is I get one color and bang, eyeshadow. That's it.
When in doubt, just keep blending. Just keep blending.
And my partner goes, "What have you got on your eyes? Your eyes look different today."
Okay, well, maybe we need to meet up.
And I'm like, yeah, I tried. Yeah, terrible at makeup. So, Alarna, can anyone join those Federation classes?
Yeah, anyone can enroll. You can go to their website or give them a call. There's Cert 3 Makeup is the course that I mainly teach. However, I do units in beauty therapy and some of the other courses that they do run. So, yeah, definitely anyone can enroll for sure.
Amazing. Well, it's been so wonderful talking with you today, Alarna. Thank you so much for taking the time out of your busy schedule.
No problem. I'm on my way to Melbourne for a meeting, and I've actually pulled over to talk to you. So I'll keep going.
Oh, thank you so much. I really appreciate it. We will link all of Alarna's Instagram and Facebook and all of her personal pages to the podcast. So if you want to follow Alarna and have a look at some of her incredible makeup, you absolutely can do. Or perhaps if you want to be a student of one of Alarna's classes, definitely head on down to the Federation in Traralgon, or you can book a little one-on-one session with her. As always, if you have joined today's podcast, please make sure to subscribe to the channel and give us a 5-star rating and give us all of your feedback on today's episode. You know I love reading it. And don't forget to follow Us Beauty Industry on all of the social channels as well. Until next time, stay connected. Thank you so much for tuning into episode number 19 of the Beauty Industry podcast. Next Monday for episode 20, we talk epigenetics with the lovely Danielle Hughes of Skin Factor. Until next time, stay connected.